Semi-final. We are in the winner bracket right now. The second qualifier for Europe for the Heroes International. And here we are, everybody. So, yes, we are down to the last 4 teams, which means that now we are also looking at a loser's bracket. So if you lose now, you are not out of the tournament yet. We already have our first qualifier. And in the first qualifier, Washed Up was able to take the grand final. Very close one. If you haven't watched it yet, you should check it out on YouTube. It was a great series. Very, very fun one with a lot of good games. But now we're heading into the first game of this particular beauty. We got the Bang Bush up against the Raiders. So, also, if you want to have more information about the tournament, you can check it out right there. I'm always going for the wrong side, so it's right there, the link. But yeah, on the heroesinternational.net, you can find the infos for the remaining qualifiers, also for Korea, for North America. We have an offline event coming up in October in Miami. That is the big thing that everybody's trying to qualify for now. $11,000 are on the line. We're going to have 8 teams on site, and it's going to be awesome. So make sure that you check the dates out, mark them down. If you live close to Miami or you just want to combine maybe with a bit of a trip, you're also more than welcome to stop by. It's open to the audience. And it's going to be tons and tons of fun to see the metas clash again. So all of the information can be found on heroesinternational.net. And if you watch this on YouTube, check out the video description. I'm also going to put the link to the crowdfunding in. Again, we are trying to get a bit more community support for the event. And every single donation that is being made is also matched by our sponsors, who are going to put in an equal amount for every donation that's made. And that's going to be used to increase the production value, get maybe a third caster involved as well, and so on and so forth. It's going to be great. But yeah, now that we're heading into our semifinal, let's see what we're going to get. We got Brightwing as the first pick for the Bang Bush. And the Bang Bush is obviously hoping to, again, go straight to the grand final. This is a best of 3, by the way. We're entering best of 5 territory soon. And, I mean, whoever moves on here first has to deal with the winner bracket final. But yeah, so we got Junkrat, we got Blaze, Towers of Doom. It's actually the first time today that we got Towers of Doom, now that I think about it. So yeah, Towers of Doom for the first time. And what do we get from Nagrom and Ultralisk? Maiev is banned, Sergeant Hammer's up, Tai goes for Vala again. I like it. All shall suffer. It's so fun to me to see Tai play in Europe again. I really, really enjoy his hero pool. Seeing Zeratul again, seeing Vala being played is just brilliant. I love it. And yeah, for Ultralist, there's of course still the question of what he's gonna take now. Genji is up, could go for that. Sergeant Hammer, does it really fit with the comp now, given what they already have? Probably not, so yes, Genji gets banned instead. Completely on board with that ban. And they are banning Sergeant Hammer instead. Alright, goodbye. Okay, what is Dookie gonna get? By the way, what is with all these nitpickers lately on YouTube? I had another guy that comes in and it's not called Dookie, it's Uki. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, watch The Wire, get the joke, and then just shut up. Like, this is just too tempting. If you have that nickname and that tag in front of you, I'm gonna call you Dookie. It's just too fucking funny. So, your own fault. Rename your account. I don't care. We got Unforgiven on Varian, and we got a Li Ming. So, it looks like we got a kill comp. Malfurion? Stukov? What's the support here? Anything that can lock you down. And Ultralisk with me. Kidnap combo! Stitches on... Nagrom and Stitches, and Medivh played by Ultralisk. Go Gorge, go for the portal, and just kidnap the target. Gets a little bit creepy when Lily is played on the other side, then it gets a little bit... It's a little bit rough, but I think in this game we're safe. It is Malfurion, they get the root on the ground, Variant Taunt into Malfurion root, and then Li Ming damage. Game number 1 in the semi-final here in the winner bracket. Ladies and gentlemen, Towers of Doom, let's go. Game number 1, the Bang Bush against the Raiders. Henning on Brightwing, and Nagrom with Stitches. Ultralisk on Medivh. We're gonna keep our eye on those baseline stacks. Tai playing Vala, and Skok on Leoric. To the right side of the map, the Raiders with Sven on Blaze. We got Dookie on Li Ming. Vito is playing Malfurion. We got Unforgiven on Varian. And Marlow is playing Junkrat. So, what are we getting for Vala? I mean, technically, you could go into an auto attack style here. Arrow build is also still pretty strong, but he decides to go straight up for the multi-shot build once more. Pretty much to what we had earlier. Getting a couple of stacks together. Same also true for our boy Ultralisk with Medivh. That's what I was looking for. I was like, wait, hero names, player names, like, where are we? Varian. Yeah. He's gonna be pretty... Junkrat on... Okay, Marlow, we gotta talk. That skin and that mount... I mean, come on, dude. At least go for a little bit of synergy. The fuck is this? He has the gangster skin on Junkrat and puts it on a fucking surfboard. I mean, if I've ever seen something that doesn't work, then it's this one. Like, oh my god. So yeah, nice, the hook. You see, they agree. They looked at this and like, yeah, that looks like shit. We need to punish him. And that's what they did. They just punished him for that particular mount combo. Because they said, this is just not cool. You become a prime target, you know? You're a sore spot in the opponent's eyes and they immediately want to take you down. And that's exactly what they did. You need to go... You need to camouflage yourself a little bit, you know? You need to blend in with the environment. You just need to have a proper one and not just stick out too much. That's the job of the tanks. You want them to take all the damage. So there's the aggressive move for Li Ming. And they... there it is! They get the kill. Neat. 2 kills to 0. And the Bang Bush is opening this up once again with a bit of a bang. 13 stacks also for Ultralisk. And I gotta say, I really like how they're just going for this like very aggressive style right from the start. They've done it in the previous series, now they're doing it again. Oh, that hook nibbled a little bit on Varian. But yeah, pumpkin cams are up, one has already been taken. And not really going to contest this one just yet. And Ultralisk, careful. Yeah, he even went for the taunt here. With the 14 stacks, you don't want to lose those. Ideally, you want to complete this as quickly as you can before your opponent has level 10 abilities. You're going to be in slight trouble. So, yeah. Look how quickly he's stacking this, by the way, the multi-shot build. Much faster than on the last map when he played it, in the previous series. So, yeah, nicely done by Tai. We got taunt up now. The whole idea here is pretty much to go in with Varian, get a taunt, get a root from Malfurion. Maybe even place down a mine with Marlow's Junkrat, unless he gets hooked like here. And then unleash the damage from Li Ming and Junkrat and blow the target to pieces. It's always just the sniper composition, and it's a pretty easy one to execute compared to other combos that we've seen. But for now, they haven't gotten a kill yet, so we'll see if they can pull that off. Quest is completed. Each team has now locked in one altar in the triple altar phase, and the third one, as usual, is being fought over. And Blaze has moved down here, so they want to take this one quickly. They leave Leo alone on the top lane, and the longer Blaze stays, the more of a problem it becomes. But since they are isolating this, they can get the 4 shots. So yeah, if you make that rotation, you need to make sure that you get it quickly. If you're getting stalled out by your opponent, you're running in trouble, because the longer Skog is alone in the top lane, the more value he is going to get on this. But that was neatly done. The Raiders, they rotated him down, and they right away zoned everything out, created some space, and channeled the altar. So yeah, good for them. Again, no Hot Pursuit. Tai has again not taken Hot Pursuit with his arrow build. Mentioning it because most of the Vala players that go for this build still pick it on level 7. So in this case, we now have him the same as last time, going straight into the first shot here. So you got that additional slow, and it's kind of nice. Can work with that a little bit more even. But yeah, 24 stacks also for Medivh. Very nice stacking by Ultralisk. Be careful down here with Nagrom. That hook didn't hook anything, sorry. There's the taunt! And he still gets out. Henning on point with the Brightwing heal. No problem for him. So, let's go. There's another quick hit. The hook! Nice! Beautiful performance by all the players involved. A hook into a polymorph and then immediately damage. So they got level 9. The next altar are coming up. Another hook connects, and that's the end of Variant. Nagrom has been beasting these hooks lately. It's been the two Frenchies actually that played most of Stitches. We've seen it played by Masquerade, and we've seen it also from Nagrom. And it's doing really, really well for both of them. I mean, Nagrom has been hitting multiple ones now, and they could convert so many straight up into kills. Gonna aim for another one here potentially, but even Liming in trouble. So a couple of shots are already fired as both teams are just going for an easy exchange in altars up at the top, but it's the bot lane that is the biggest concern for the Raiders, because they're just losing way too much here. Oh, that's an F.
Nope.
Nagrom, the fuck is this? I don't care if you think Putrid Bard is better. You might well be right, you've picked it in the past. But what the hell is this? No kidnap combo with Medivh? I mean, I cannot condone this in the slightest. There's a big opportunity here, and it has to be taken. You can't just simply come in and pick what you think is the better talent, what you think is leading to a victory in the game. You need to please the audience. You need to please the people watching this, and we want a kidnap combo. We want the Gorge, we want the portal, and we want the isolation kills. Absolutely unacceptable. Yeah, that is... First they tease us, you know, and then they just deny all the glory that would be the kidnap combo in this game. Oof. If he makes it to Miami, we're gonna have a conversation. Quest is completed for Medivh. Good for him. We got 4 kills to 0, so up to this point at least the Raiders were not able to get a single kill. And they are not able to shut down those stacks for Ultralisk either. So here we go, they try to go for Vala, Tai turns it, 30... Like, he is really stacking so much faster than he did on Inferno Shrines. And with them damaging the bell tower at the bottom of the map and also the one at the top, you can really tell that if there's one team fight that ends in their favor where they're taking multiple down, they might just completely snowball this. So there's the ley line. Nagrom gets bounced around a little bit. Gets the hook and he gets Birdman. Bird Boy gets attacked. They can't get the kill. And down here the rib tire is also eliminated. But we still have Leo rotating over, so he's doing his thing. Come on, yes! The birdie! Malfurion gets hit and down he goes. Malfurion is one of the big differences really that we are seeing with the Korean meta and the European one. Malfurion and Greymane are probably the two heroes that the Koreans put a way higher priority on than the European teams. So Malfurion gets played a little bit more lately, but Greymane, he makes the occasional appearance mainly on Battlefield of Eternity. Outside of that, European players and teams are not picking him too much. Leo has finally been taken out, so there's the first blood for the Raiders. They might also be able to get Stitches here. But Nagrom is still alive, gets the Devour. They run Junkrat down, so he's dead. And I guess Blaze could also be in trouble here. Bunkered up early, but gets still attacked, gets hit. Can they hook? They can, but they're hitting Liming with it. The follow-up from Brightwing is instantaneous, and it leads to another kill for the Bang Bush. 8 kills to 1. They drop everybody. Oh my god, it's a bloodbath. Wer hat noch nicht, wer will nochmal? Everybody is just getting crushed here. They're going from one kill to another. They have a 5-3 bell tower situation going in their favor. They are looking at a 2-level lead, and they could work on the top bell tower too, as they're trying to convert another one. I love how Nagrom and Henning are working together here. Every time that hook is there, you immediately have Brightwing ready for another polymorph. So yeah. They can do so much work here, and they do consistently. Every single hook pretty much leads to a kill opportunity. 40,000 damage by Vala already. And yeah, another altar. The only thing that's good for the Raiders here is that it's only a single altar that spawns on the map. This could be so much worse for them. So here comes the ley line. Strafe. And they're making it out of the fight. Tranquility saves the day for them. The hook! Big hook, big pot, big plays. But the taunt and everything not in the death zone, so Nagrom is still fine. They're really trying to retake that bell tower, but this is not going to happen anytime soon. And Brightwing is already on the way to deliver another 5 shots against the red team's core. So that's going to put them down to 23 points. Vala also totally Gucci here. And they go for Leoric. It ain't easy being cheesy. Now I want a pizza. Now I'm thinking about cheese and immediately I'm jumping in my head to like extra cheese on a pizza. And oh boy, I might actually order a pizza later. I think I deserve a pizza today. Breaking a couple of new records on Strava today after all the training, the extra training that I did and just crushing the climbs. I think I deserve one today. It's a little bit counterproductive, but you also gotta live a little bit. Maybe I'm gonna get a pizza today. We'll see. Pulverizes in, level 16 talents, they're ready. Now they go for Malfurion again. The hits are coming, and they really push it now. The ley line is missing, nice dodge. But Malfurion is still gonna fall. I mean, he did his best to stay alive here, but he couldn't quite make it work. And now the Junkrat and Varian are also dead. Yeah, they're memeing hard here. Another hook for against the minion, showing that little bad boy who's boss, and the 3 shots are fired. 20 to 24 points on the core. And where do you go from there? They have full control here. Careful. Got baited by Li Ming a little bit. And Nagrom. That would have been kind of funny if he died there. Yeah, they're actually overdoing it slightly now. I mean, at this point, they're really looking at this and they're like, alright, boys, we got this in the bag. But we've already seen it in the past that the team that thought they won on Towers of Doom lost it towards the end. But yeah. They are heavily ahead though. 13 kills to 3, triple altar phase. They should be able to get at least 2 out of that. The attempt to take the bot lane back, that's not happening anytime soon either, I suppose. And yeah, the first channel is happening. That's 5 shots. The one in the middle, likely going to be taken 2. If Li Ming is sticking it out at the bottom of the map and really tries to retake that bell tower in time, they are going to be in for a rude awakening. And Junkrat at the top gets also chased by Medivh, so they are actually trying to go for all 3 bell towers now. Core is down to 10%, and they still could get the one at the top. So this is getting real problematic here. And also, with those pumpkins taken, there's the chance that they're escorting them in through the bot lane. Medivh for additional interrupts at the top. I guess Sven is going to get this eventually, but it's the pumpkins that they're working on. Unforgiven, I'm not so sure about that play. He slows down the pumpkins, but I think he's going to pay for this with his life. Yeah, good luck with them, my friend. Varian is dead. He tried to taunt Vala a few times too many. And you can only insult my girl a couple of times, and then she is going to come back with a vengeance and just going to rip you a new one. So now we got 7 points on the core. If they're also taking the altar at the top somehow, that would really make it difficult for the Raiders to start a comeback here. Now, we've seen crazy comebacks. I mean, this is Towers of Doom after all. We've seen 1 point against 30 on the core, and a team still bringing it back, but given how this game has worked out so far, it's highly unlikely. The channel has happened, that's 4 shots fired, so they're down to 3 now. If they get a couple of kills and go for the boss, they end the game right here. And Malfurion is dead. Without the support, good luck. So, can they also get him? Yep. Mace to the face, 3 down, 4 down, nearly a 5-man wipe. Unforgiven is a bit late to the party, and that means that you can go for boss and for a game. Well done, 63 stacks for Vala, big damage from her. Tai is sitting at 65,000 damage. They go for the boss, and that is gonna be game. The 1-0 lead in this semi-final is pretty much inevitable at this point in time. They're making the move, and Varian, he doesn't even try. He knows this is over. This is lights out. Henning, the one to take it down. Everybody is committing Sudoku in the death zone at this point. So, yep, all of them just gone. The shots are fired, and that is the 1-0 lead in the best of 3 series here at the semi-final. GG, and well played. The Bangbush with 1-0.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Infernal Shrines is the map. And the Bangbush looking good, looking very good on the first map. Towers of Doom was heavily successful for them. What was it towards the end? 13 kills to 3, something along those lines. That last team fight, of course, was brutal for the Raiders, but they got so much momentum there. Now, obviously, they could have ended the game a little bit sooner and would have had more success there if Nagrom didn't int on his ult and would have gone into Gorge so that they could execute the kidnap combo. It would have also given the team so many more style points by the audience, but unfortunately, they had to let that go. We can all blame the French tank. But now that we're heading into game number 2, we got Hogger and we got my F banned out. Don't want to risk for Ultralist to get his my F here. And now they're debating whether or not they should ban out Sergeant Hammer. And they decide against it. Look at that. They instead ban Diablo. So I guess they watched some of the earlier games of the Bang Bush and they decided they don't want to have Nagrom ping-ponging people around all day long. Okay. So Tracer gets eliminated. Very likely that Vala is played by Tai again. This would be again a good pick, and there's no real reason for them to change their MO here. They already showed it earlier, so why wouldn't they go for it again, you know? But let's see what the first pick is for Sven. And we got Rhaegar as an early pick. Wow, very early Rhaegar pick here. The priority on Rhaegar honestly surprises me in this particular situation a little bit, considering that we had most teams really fighting for heroes like Brightwing a lot. Now Rhaegar is of course super helpful, you get the Lightning Shield on Infernal Shrines, but there's the Brightwing pick, and I don't think that the Bangbush were really debating getting Rhaegar here. They've been playing it with Brightwing over and over and over again, and the synergy with Henning and the rest of the team in this constellation is pretty good. Now we have Blaze. So already a lot of sustain for the shrines. Well, and for now, what's the double pick for the Raiders? And keep in mind, Sergeant Hammer is still up. Muradin is in, Budget Gimli is in the house, and we get Leoric. Oh, Shal Safa. I love Leo. Leo is awesome. Very relaxed hero to play. And highly impactful, obviously, with some good entombs. Especially on Infernal Shrines here, and really good skins too. Talking a lot about the oh, come on. Really? The hammer ban against the Raiders? Yeah, well, I guess so. I was looking at Ultralisk and thinking that he might actually pick it up, but no. So now you still have to think about Ultralisk's heroes. I guess on their mind is Vala, Genji, maybe even Medivh. I mean, anything that Ultralisk plays becomes a threat. That includes Kerrigan, by the way. And Garrosh. They're fully targeting Nagrom. Jojo is up. He could play Johanna. Yeah, that's actually a bit wild. So here's Jojo. That gives them wave clear. I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with the bans at this point, but they are clearly targeting Nagrom, trying to eliminate also a lot of the heroes that could create kill opportunities. Not sure if that's going to be the successful, honestly. But I mean, yeah, they have a clear strategy. Hanzo gets played. Got it from Ultralisk. Could also shift it over to Tai, I suppose. But Tai can still make his play. And what do we get now for the final two picks? They need that damage. Junkwit is up. Could be taken. Always good on Infernal Shrines. A couple of mages that he could play too. Triple frontline also available. But they go for Sylvanas. And they go for the double support. Alright, there we go. They go for Rhaegar and Stukov. This way the earlier pick on Rhaegar makes a little bit more sense. I suppose they're going for a bit of a damage Stukov the way that Nick oftentimes does. Let's see if that's successful for them. Leo plus Stukov pretty much gets you the poor man's buried alive after level 10. And here comes Kerrigan. Yep. Off we go, everybody. Kerrigan, the count is in the house. Infernal Shrines is map number 2 here in the winner bracket semifinal between the Bangbush and the Raiders. Infernal Shrines is the map. We got Henning on Brightwing. We got Ultralisk on Kerrigan. Skok is playing Hanzo. We got Tai on Blaze. And we got Nagrom on Johanna. On the right side of the map, Rhaegar gets played by Sven. We got Leo picked too. Unforgiven is playing Muradin, Marlon Stukov, and Mido on Sylvanas. Okay, let's see which team takes the game Are we going to get map number 3? Are the Raiders able to win Infernal Shrines and force the 3rd map? Or is this just going to be another Bang Bush victory on their way to the winner bracket final? Now, obviously, with Stukov plus Rhaegar, you have quite a lot of option here. We're going to see a bit more of a damage-focused Stukov, the way that we've seen it played out by Nick and other players. Rhaegar has the option to go into Bloodlust if he wants to. And I would say that I've been talking in the previous game also a bit about differences between the Korean meta and the European one, which is obviously on a lot of people's mind, considering that this is all about like an international tournament, the Heroes International in Miami. And one of the things that is very surprising, or has been surprising during the Korean qualifier, is that Bloodlust is the Oh, nice save! Well done by Ultralisk, saving Hanzo down here. Good job by him. But yeah, as I was about to say, Bloodlust is the go-to talent on level 10 for Rhaegar players in Korea, which is very surprising. You get the occasional Bloodlust in Europe too, but generally speaking, Ancestral is picked way more often and is the normal talent to take. Now in this case, again, Bloodlust makes it a little bit more sense because you have 2 supports, so that makes it easier for you to execute that. But this is one of those meta differences that could cause very interesting battles once that we are in Miami with all of the teams, and it's going to be pretty fun. So yeah, very much looking forward to that. Now right now we have still just a little bit of poke happening between the teams. The first camps have been taken, and it's the battle for the 3rd. It's not really a battle for the 3rd camp. It could have been the battle for the 3rd camp, but the blue team just lets this one go and says like, yeah, you take it. Totally fine. And let's see what else we're getting. But already the Stormbolt, Darkrom trying to mount here, saved him from the Stormbolt. So yeah, good for him. I mean, he was forced in Jojo. Jojo, it's kind of wild because Johanna is normally a hero that gets even banned on this map because her wave clear on the shrine is very, very good. And she has a lot to offer here. But they really wanted to get rid of Diablo and Garrosh to make sure that there's no kill opportunities. And the red team is very much aggressive right now, so the Vinland Raiders moving in and starting to take some kills. They take Hanzo down. He's eliminated, and yeah, off we go. We got the Earth Living Enchant, got the Unstable Poison, and also probably Healing Static build for Muradin, considering that on level 4 he went straight into the Thunderburn. Helps you, of course, quite a lot also in the next one. Well, in the next one, next objective, generally objectives. But yeah, so camps are taken, timed around the objective, trying to put some pressure onto the side lanes here. Teams usually go for level 7. This is another difference, by the way, with the Koreans. Normally European teams, and I assume that we're going to see it here too, they will leave heroes on the side lanes, trying to get the earlier level 7 before they're fully committing to the shrines. So far, in all of the Korean games that I've seen, the Koreans didn't give a fuck. Once the shrine is up, they are there with 5. They don't care if they have level 7 or not. They are fully committing to it with everybody that they have. So if that is something that they are keeping up in at the offline event, then it will be interesting to see them against European teams that opt for the level 7 talent advantage. In this case, though, it's already a bloodbath since Stukov is down. And all of this happened because it was a 5 versus 4. Nobody, well, they're now getting level 7, but it doesn't really help the Raiders any longer because without Stukov, they're not making any big splashes here. So Stukov has in the meantime gone into the Biotic Armor over here after he started things off with the Reactive Ballista Spores. Now Leo is also taken down. That's the second kill for the Bang Bush, and they are looking really good on that shrine. They have a bit of a lead. Unforgiven is moving in with Blaze, and that might have been a mistake. He gets immediately locked down. Sorry, with Muradin, not Blaze. And nearly got killed here. Blaze was the one putting him in real trouble. 38 stacks. I gotta admit, the Raiders got a bit closer to locking the Punisher than I expected, but they still weren't able to win it. Level 7 with the targeted Excision now, and Stukov just dies again. So he I mean, he came, he saw, and he died again. Veni, Vidi, BG. Spending more time in a Nexus than he spends on the battlefield at this point. But that's 3 kills to 1, and with the Frozen Punisher you can easily open that wall up, and they're not hesitating for a moment. Now we got Blaze at the top and Johanna at the bot lane, so they're not fully committing to the fort. But they are doing good damage on the fort, and as it happens, they're also pushing these side lanes out. So this is a great start for the Bang Bush. Very good one. So lots of damage done in the mid lane. Decent damage at the bottom of the map, stealing a few of the camps away from the opponent. And they're looking very, very good here. Now Unforgiven is checking all of that out from the side, anchoring the plays a little bit. Mid lane, as you can see, this one's nearly down to 50%. So for a first Punisher, considering how this all went down, that's pretty good. Especially since they also locked in a solid advantage in experience, which will lead to an early level 10. And if they play this diligently, then they should rotate soon over to a lane so that they can use level 10, force either a fight or just go to push a structure. And there we are. Level 10 is in. With that we get the arrow, we get the Ultralisk. Right wing is looking for friends on level 10, and it's the stun. Blaze teasing, but it's gonna be the bunker. Ty and Blaze still playing it out with normal talents here. Thank God. Yeah. Mid lane pressure is still mounting up, but at least the Raiders are getting their own level 10 now. It's Raider time. Yep, hits are in, bit of extra damage, they get the Entomb. And we also got the massive shove with the Avatar. But if you look at the minimap, it's really the blue team that is forcing them to rotate over and over and over again. So the mid lane is taking damage, the bot lane takes damage, stun into stun into stun. But a lot of it is missing too. So they couldn't get as much out of this as they were hoping for. They saw Muradin a bit isolated and away from the team, and they were trying to get a full-on CC chain onto him. But the Ultralisk didn't connect. Blessed Shield came out, but they were really not able to get a full lock on him. Could have taken him down. There's the arrow, trying to save Nagrom. Nice Entomb, good timing too. Leo with a solid play, and that leads to a kill against the front line. So down they go. Johanna eliminated. That's closing the gap in experience quite a bit. And what else can we go? Maybe a little bit of a play for the wall here. Nah, they rotate Leo towards the top already. Trying to make the play for him here. I mean, at the end of the day, you're just trying to get the extra experience. You're obviously also hoping that you can start damaging some of the structures. But they at least brought the Raiders back. Now, the structural situation hasn't really changed. The mid and the bot lane are exposed. The next shrine is spawning at the bottom of the map, so the Raiders really have to focus on the team fights now around objective number 2 so that they can take the Punisher and ideally also pressure them back a bit. Still hoping to find somebody that rotates between the lane and is isolated, but that hasn't worked out for them yet either. 15 seconds for this to activate, and they are letting this one go. They're not going for the camp. That's a bit of a problem, because this is going to potentially damage their top lane a lot. Nice timing the Shaman camp, exactly the way that you should do it. Arrow is out, nice. They get the combo, and they don't get the kill, but that's a lot of ults used too. Ultralisk jumps out immediately. Is Kerrigan again top, but he might still die here. They're trying to save him. He lands another combo against 3, and that is the end of Muradin. Rhaegar is also dead. Oh boy, that is not looking good for the Raiders. The Raiders are getting raided here. They might get dropped down into the losers bracket if this continues. That's 3 kills against the red team, just as the objective is up. Great job by Ultralisk. Multiple stun combos against multiple targets. Now they're pushing the top lane out too, and Ultralisk gets another kill, which means that this camp is uncontested for a bit longer. Sylvanas is moving topside to deal with this. But as all of this happens, we have Hanzo already damaging the bottom 4, trying to take it down before the Punisher is even there. The camp just got taken for the mid lane pressure, and Sylvanas is now dead at the top 2 since Brightwing helped out Kerrigan. I mean, they might get a kill here. Chrysalis is already used. There's the Blessed Shield. Can they turn it around again for another kill, or do they just get out? Bottom fort has been destroyed, by the way. Long distance arrow, and that one is not going to go anywhere. But they get Ultralisk. The Ultralisk is gone as Hanzo pushes the bot lane out even further. Keep in mind that this Punisher has not been taken yet. They're not even close. They only have delivered 5 minion stacks. That's it. But while all of this happens, the fort in the mid lane has fallen. The fort at the top lane is taking damage. Hanzo is still doing damage at the bottom of the map. Sylvanas is finally starting to deal with it. And I would assume that Hanzo is now going to try and get them a bit further ahead on the shrine. So yeah, this is a bit of a wild situation. And Hanzo, he's taken one of the towers down in the mid lane. They still got to deal with the Khazras. And Hanzo is back to business here. So the Bang Bush with a 1-0 lead in the series is now closing in on level 16. They have a 5 level lead, and they are back with 5 on the map. And they have a 20-5 stack advantage for Punisher number 2. So yes, there were a few kills for the Raiders, but they are still struggling. Yuki is missing the Entomb now too. Nice, the combo! So many stuns, and what a kill! Damn, son. Sexy plays here by especially Kerrigan. The arrow narrowly missed the target and is on its way to the continent. As now we have a Punisher at the bot lane and an attack in the middle. And this is the play that made it happen. I mean, check that one out. Beautiful. What a stun combo. Blaze, Kerrigan working in tandem on this one. And then multiple kills coming in super quickly. Ultralis just crushing the opponent's defense. Now he's moving topside to take the final fort down. And the rest of the team is already working on those keeps. The bottom keep in particular is absolutely getting crushed right now. They won't be able to save that. 12 kills to 3. It's just absolutely incredible. Kerrigan has taken the top fort. Can they go for gold here? Unlikely. It's an early Punisher. Not that strong yet, but they're taking Stukov down. This double support combo with Stukov for some extra damage did absolutely not work out for the Raiders. I mean, they tried something, but it's not looking like it's gonna work for them. It's still a 4 versus 4. Kerrigan is still not here. Ultralis is giving them a little bit of a break, but even that is not helping them. The shield is slowly being taken down, and now Kerrigan is starting to visit the battle. So here comes Ultralis, looking for combos, locks it in, easy peasy. That's Greymane gone, Rhaegar, the wannabe Greymane, and they take Sylvanas plus Myrddin, and they take the game. A 2-0 victory for the Bang Bush, everybody. They move on to the winner bracket final. Absolute stellar run through this tournament currently from the blue team. Nicely done, well played, GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.